Hello my dear students, I hope all of you are keeping well. Today I would like to begin with a new chapter in chemistry, that is the language of chemistry. I have not written the chapter number because the language of chemistry is same for class 7 as well as 8. Today I would like to explain you the symbols of elements. Before I start this, I would like to ask you some question. What does O stand for? O is the chemical symbol for oxygen. What does H2O stand for? H2O is the chemical formula of water. H2 plus O2 gives H2O. What does it mean? It means that hydrogen, when it burns in the presence of air, it gives water molecule. This is a chemical equation. Here all these symbols, chemical formula, chemical equation will learn in the language of chemistry. Chemistry has its own language, which is known as the language of chemistry. It consists of chemical symbols, chemical formula, chemical equation, and balancing the equation. Now we have symbols of elements. We have done elements, compounds, and mixtures in previous class in chapter 3. We'll take elements as we are doing symbols of elements. There are 118 elements are known to us. Out of this 118, 92 elements are found in nature and rest are man-made elements. It means that they are prepared artificially. When we want to report these elements, it would be inconvenient to use their full names all the times. It would be more convenient if we give them symbols of each element. So here a question arises in our mind, how we are using the symbols of different elements today. In fact, the practice or symbols of different elements and compounds started centuries ago by alchemists, who were the predecessors of chemists. They used symbols of different substances to keep their work secret. Alchemists, they used pictorial symbols to represent different kinds of substances, like dot at the center of the circle represent as gold. Circle at the top of the circle, arrow mark, represents as iron. Triangular shape represent as earth. And so on. Later on, John Dalton has similar kind of system. Dot at the center of the circle represent as hydrogen. Circle represent as oxygen. A circle is darkened, represent as carbon. C, which is written inside the circle, represent as copper. I inside the circle represent as iron, and so on. Obviously, his system was also inconvenient because more and more elements were discovered. Later on, J.J. Borgelus in 1840, he suggested that first letter or two letters of the English name of the element should be used as the symbol of that element. At that time, many scientists disliked and opposed his suggestion strongly. It took almost 100 years this idea to be accepted by all. Nowadays, UPEC approach names elements. Symbols of the elements based on English name, Latin name and Greek name. Like H is the symbol for hydrogen, which is based on English name. O is the symbol for oxygen, which is based on English name. Cu is the symbol for copper, which is based on Latin name, that is cuprum. Na is the symbol for sodium, which is based on Latin name, that is deuterium, and so on. Some elements get their names and symbols after the places. Like Cf is the symbol for California, after California. Po is the symbol for polonium, after Poland. And some of the elements, they get their names and symbols after famous people. No is the symbol for nobelium, after Alfred Nobel. Es is the symbol for Einsteinium, after Einstein. From here it is clear, and lastly we came to know that what is symbol. Symbol is the short form of an element. And symbol gives so many information. It represents the name of the element. It represents one atom of an element. It represents atomic weight of an element. For example, here O. O is the name of what? Oxygen. Is the symbol for oxygen. O represents one atom of oxygen. O represents the atomic weight of oxygen, that is 16.